The Coach Maz Show, presented by State Farm agent Alex Hetrick in Delmont. Like a good neighbor, State Farm agent Alex Hetrick is there. Much better weather today for Griffins baseball as Seton Hill takes on Pitt Johnstown in games 3 and 4 of this 4-game series. We're joined now by Coach Maz. And Coach, just overall your thoughts on 2 wins yesterday to start out this series. Offense broke out in a big way against Pitt Johnstown.
Fun. It was a fun day at Point Stadium. We've had quite a few of those in years past. And we've been striving all year to kind of put together a complete baseball game where we pitch it, defend it, and swing it. And the bats really came alive yesterday. We did a fantastic job situational hitting, grinding out at bats to get on base. And then the long ball started to come out for us a little bit, which is something we've been lacking. So just a tremendous day. I don't know if it was a week off of no midweek games, had some bad weather, which allowed us to get inside and have a little bit more focused, detailed practices. And looks like it paid off for us.
Yeah, not just winning. I know you'll take wins any way you can get them. But with the offensive inconsistencies this year, how good did it feel for the guys to just absolutely break out yesterday?
Yeah, I think we have such a high standard that we're trying to play good baseball. And we've won some games by playing bad baseball this year. And there's been some days where we played really well and lost. And we're just trying not to get too caught up in the wins and losses and just strive to kind of start to play our best baseball this second half. But guys like Eli Snyder really came through yesterday, and Jack Whalen's really kind of broken through, and Max Mandler's on a tear. So, your offense can really start to churn out some runs and start to click when you get multiple guys kind of hitting hot streaks at the same time.
Yeah, 2 guys I was going to ask you about. I'll talk about Max first. 4 hits in game 1, including a home run. I know he got off to a little bit of a slow start this year, and you had mentioned Max you thought would have a great season talking to you in our season preview interview. But what do you see from him at the plate right now that's kind of allowed him to get hot?
Honestly, good decisions. I think he got himself in trouble maybe the last couple of weeks, taking some good pitches to hit and chasing a little bit, just being too picky at the plate. He's having some early success in at-bats. He came back from Florida. He was hitting 205, and I think he's up to maybe about 320 right now. And to raise your batting average 120 points in just 3 weeks at this point in time, that says a lot. But right now I think Max is showing what we all saw in the preseason, and that's his dynamic ability to both hit for average and power.
Eli Snyder, you mentioned him. First career Griff bombs yesterday. Hit 1 in the first game, also hit 1 in the second game, had a couple more hits as well. He sees an opportunity yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a better example on our team than somebody who never cheats the process than Eli. He shows up every day just pounding the stone and doing what he needs to do, being a tremendous leader and team guy. Doesn't get caught up in himself or his opportunities, but he's just constantly preparing and doing everything he needs to do. And I think the game rewarded his consistent effort yesterday. He again had a great couple of weeks of practice, and I'm not really surprised at the success that he had because, he's just been so dedicated to his craft, and he was definitely prepared to capitalize on those opportunities yesterday.
Brandon Bergert went 4 scoreless innings in game 1, and you decided to remove him at that point. Maz, what kind of went into that decision? Was it just comfortable with how the game was going at that point?
Yeah, I think it was a matter of us having a big lead, knowing that Brandon is going to get, hopefully 6, 7, 8 more starts here. And he actually wasn't super sharp yesterday. And probably the last factor was we had long offensive innings. He had probably 2 or 3 innings in a row where he had a long time to sit. So it just made sense, a little bit chilly weather, to, with a big lead, get another guy in there. But wasn't Brandon's, he didn't have his best stuff, but just a testament to how great he is to go out and throw up zeros.
I was looking through the numbers yesterday on the PSAC website, and I noticed, and this is a number that you guys have had really going in your favor the last few years, maybe even longer than that. Least walks as a staff in the PSAC. What kind of leads to that? What is the big reason for that you guys just have been so good at not giving up too many free passes?
Most people would think it's because we have talented pitchers, which we do, but it's just a consistent philosophy of throwing the ball over the plate. I think we spend the off season with our pitchers trying to develop their stuff, throw harder and develop better breaking balls. But when it comes to competition, we just want them to trust throwing the ball over the plate. And, you mentioned throwing strikes has been a staple of our program. So is defense. I think we were one of the top 5 teams in the country in defense last year. And currently, right now in 2024, we lead the country in strikeout to walk ratio. So it's just a philosophy. Our guys trust the defense behind them, and it's worked pretty well. Like our pitchers are not afraid of contact, and at the end of the day, they fill the zone up. They're never going to beat themselves.
Before we talk about today's game, Maz, I want to get you off to another subject real quick. A big announcement came earlier this week from Mercyhurst. They're moving up to Division I. Kind of a surprise to most people, I think. It's also going to be strange not playing Mercyhurst anymore, not being in the same conference, not beating them in the PSAC championship and the regional championship. That's going to be disappointing as well. But kind of talk about your overall thoughts on, just them deciding to move up to Division I.
I guess it's not a total surprise. They have such a large athletic department, led by Division I hockey. It's just a little bit disappointing because you lose a rivalry. We've had so many battles with them over the years in the regular season and postseason. Will it affect us or Seton Hill University athletics? I don't think it'll affect any of us at all. To be honest with you, I won't miss traveling to Erie to play baseball. So it's a little bit gratifying in that regard. But I think it's a new path for them. But it won't affect anything that we do here. We'll continue to move forward and strive for championships with or without them.
And finally, your keys to victory here today in a series sweep, hopefully.
I think getting 2 good starts from Layton and Vecchiola, I think, will be key. But what's really spurred our offense yesterday was continued stringing together quality at bats. I think if we can keep the pressure on UPJ and get to their bullpen early today, I think we'll enjoy the results.
Maz, thank you. Enjoy the good weather. Go get 2, all right?
Great to have you here, Dan. Thanks.
That is the Coach Maz Show, presented as always by State Farm agent Alex Hetrick in Delmont. Like a good neighbor, State Farm agent Alex Hetrick is there. First pitch is coming up.